Sorry guys for the audio quality on this one. We have since upgraded and should get better from here on out. Cheers for watching. Yeah, what's up guys? This video is just pretty much what I'm going to be taking into Fiordland. We're going to just segregate it a bit, show you what's going in the bag, and then kind of have a recap once the trip is over on what we thought we actually used and didn't use, and yeah, pretty much go from there. So yeah, I'll be taking in the Bushbuck Destroyer Pro. It's waterproof. They are discontinuing this one, so I'm not sure if that'll be available by the time we actually go, but they will be probably changing or something else that's waterproof anyway, so have a look on their site if you're looking for something like that. It's 85 litre plus a 5, so that's going to be my main bag for carrying in. I'm also going to be taking a day bag. Not sure if I'll be taking this one. It is waterproof and I like that for my camera gear that I'll be carting away into the hills with me, but I am looking at another bag from Bushbuck as well that has a slot for your gun that will make it easier to get around the hills with that sort of thing. So yeah, haven't fully committed yet, so that's something that you guys may be able to answer for me in the comments, but yeah, we'll see how we go. So this is the camping gear that we'll be taking into Fiordland. The tent, we're going to be using a 2-man tent, Horizon 8000, more so for the fact that there's going to be 2 people in this tent. We're going to be sharing the gear out, so we'll be taking that. We've got a Horizon footprint. This is just to keep the moisture out from underneath. I'm assuming that it's going to be quite wet in there, so we're taking this with us just to try and stop the wetness coming through the tent when we get in there. I got a Mountain Warehouse camping pillow. I actually quite like it. I don't know if you can see, but it's green inside here. It's just a fluffy piece to the pillow that I actually quite enjoy. When you're sleeping on the ground outside, it's not so fun, and I've gone through quite a few pillows now, and this one seems to be the best. So if I'm recommending anything, it would be this pillow from Mountain Warehouse if you're going in there for a look. I will be taking in a sleeping mat. This one's a Bushbuck Columbus Light. It's rated to 5. It should do the job. We're hoping it does the job. It's small enough, so we'll see how that goes. I will be taking it on a couple of camping trips before I go, just to make sure that it works the way I want it to. It seems a wee bit too thin for my body, so we could end up changing that potentially. I will be taking in a tarp as well. It takes up a bit of room, but I think the fact that it is meant to be wet out there, I'm assuming that we'll need somewhere outside of the tent so we're not stuck in it the whole time while we're out there. So yeah, we'll be taking that. We went into Macpac recently and purchased this Xeric 1000. It's got a comfort rating of -10 down to -17 and extreme levels of -40. So that'll be quite warm, I'd say. Yeah, it's a wee bit big, but worth it in the end. I think for comfort, I want to be warm when we're out there. So this is 3 pairs of clothing that we'll be taking in. We decided that we'd only take 3 for the fact that we're going to be quite stinky, and we'll use 1 pair for actually hunting, then another pair for at the camp that we can actually sit down and actually not enjoy smelling sweat for the day. The extras that I'll be bringing are pretty much just to keep warm, so I'll be hunting in pretty much what I'm in now with the Stony Creek t-shirt. It's quite light, it won't stink as much. I've got Bushbuck shorts on. I think just in case it does get quite warm while you're walking around, I'd rather be in this sort of thing. I'll put some merinos underneath if it does get too cold, possibly. And yeah, I'll go through what I have. So I have a Bushbuck long t-shirt. I am also not sponsored by Bushbuck, it just is the gear that I've been using for the last few years that I've been hunting in Dunedin, so whatever reason I have chosen to go with them as one of my mains, so I quite like their gear. So give them a try if you haven't. Quite cheap. So yeah, I'll be using that.
For what?
For around the camp. I'll also be wearing these pants. I got them from Torpedo 7, the Adventure. So yeah, I'll be using them at the camp as well. A wee bit windy, sorry. I've got some bushbuck alpine pants. I'll be using these just in case, more or less, if it is wet and hard to get around the hills. This will just keep me a bit drier while we're walking around, so I'll be taking them as an extra. I also have the thermals. There's no real need to show these, but I have pants and t-shirt just in case it does get cold. I thought I might bring some biker shorts as well, just for chafing reasons. I'll be wearing merino underwear underneath and socks. It's pretty much just to keep the, it's antibacterial and yeah, it won't stink as much when you're walking around in that gear all day, especially when you're in there for 10 days. So we plan on wearing only merino to keep the smell away, especially we've got a group of us going in, so it's going to stink. I have the short gaiters and also some long gaiters. These are Kaiwaka ones. I got them for 20 bucks. They were cheap as anything at the time, so they were doing a deal to get, because they're moving on to another new season, so we'll be taking those in. And also these are Profana. Not many people will probably heard of these. We use these for work. They have a nice metal strap underneath. I'll be taking some extras as well, just in case they are to break off or anything. We'll have an extra pair in there just in case. Don't think they will, but just in case. But yeah, I'll either put these underneath these just to keep the water off the boots and try and keep my feet drier as long as possible, or if we're finding that yeah, we can get away with it, we will only just wear the longer ones and leave the shorter ones in the camp. The other thing that I'll be taking is some warm gloves, just in case it is cold. For more so around the camp, I don't want to be mauled by mozzies, so that'll be handy if we need them. Also have some random maxi flex gloves that I might use for if we need to do some rock climbing, if there's some bluffier areas. I'll probably be taking those in just to keep the hands from being cut up. We found as we went tar hunting that the ends of our fingertips kept bleeding, so having these in the bag won't hurt. They're light as, so we'll probably take them just for the hell of it. The other thing is that I'll be taking in a balaclava, just more so in case I need it as a neck warmer, or something to keep the head warm while we're travelling around or at camp. So yeah, that is the clothes that I'll be wearing. I also have Mendel boots. They have doesn't say what, I can't remember what the actual brand of these ones were, but yeah, they're Mendel boots. You can find them online anyway. There's only a few different types of these, so these are pretty comfy, easy to wear into. Don't tend to have a lot of trouble with them. I'll also be taking in some Crocs, much to Taryn's disgust. I'll be taking them in for walking around at the camp. So yeah, that is all the gear. Actually, we do have, we're having a discussion on whether to bring in a light jacket or an oil skin that's got the fluff inside to keep you warm. We're still in the debate. We're not sure if we just get another one of these venture jackets, get them at Torpedo, or go to, I think it's Far South that do these, for another one of these. It is a bit more weight. I don't know if I want to, just for the fact that it is so weighty, but it's also really waterproof, so it's still a hard decision. We will come to that more so towards the end, and I'll probably tell you in the next video what we end up going with. So yeah. So this will be the hunting gear that I'll be using throughout the trip. I ended up going into hunting and fishing and purchasing the bugle. Hopefully we'll be calling in some big boys to take home for the group. So this is what I'll be carrying around, hopefully calling them in for everyone. I'll be taking in a GoPro that I'll also have a harness around my chest for, just to get some extra footage. Yeah, that'll come in handy for, I plan to make a video out of it, so I'll be carrying around some extra gear. Also what we are filming off at the moment, a P950 camera, so that's also Nikon. I'll be taking that in on a tripod, probably just this tripod to be fair. I'll probably carry in one and then just use that for everything that I plan on doing throughout the trip. I'll also be taking in the lead lens, it's a double light, one for just walking around at night, or shit around the camp or whatever. Yeah, so that'll come in handy as well. So I'll be taking in also my Leupold binos. Yeah, so I'll be taking in them just in case I don't have time to pull this out. This is also a Swarovski spotting scope that I'll be taking. It's a wee bit heavy. I don't particularly want to be carrying it around, but I think it'll be handy just for getting the identification of what we're actually looking at and not shooting the wrong thing. So it is needed technically, but also heavy. So luckily me and my partner will be splitting the bags up a little bit to even the weight out, so I'll be able to take this easily. So yeah, for just in case of an emergency, I'll be taking in my Garmin for just in case I need to get in contact with anyone. You can also get these at Hunting and Fishing or online if you look them up. I have this little bright light smoke. It's potentially going to come in with me, I'm not too sure yet. It's just more so if you want to check the way the wind's going. So it does come in handy if you're trying to stalk in on something, I guess, so that is a possibility. I will be taking in also a rangefinder. This is just a Nikon one. You can, I suppose there's heaps of different versions, so you can just look up if you want to take this or not. And also I'll be taking in just a big game folder. Sorry, it's got blood on it from my last hunting trip that I haven't cleaned it from yet. So I'll be taking in that with the interchangeable blades. So it comes in a 5-pack of this. I'll probably use that mainly just so I don't have to carry around a bunch of different knives. So yeah, that'll be my main knife for if we need to skin something out or gut it or whatever. We'll be taking the jaw off at the end of the trip. So yeah, also the way I'm going to charge everything is I'm going to bring in batteries. I'm not going to take in a charger other than a little Milwaukee thing that I have for charging my phone. I haven't got that on me at the moment, but yeah, I'll be taking mainly just batteries for my GoPro and the camera to charge everything. So I have about 5 of them each already, and I might get another 2 or 3 before we go, just so I can kind of cut down on that weight, because I'm going to have a big charger pack otherwise. So that was my plan, is these are quite light and will fit in the pack easy. I also have a bag full of cords that I'll probably just chuck in these bags, the dry bags, just to keep everything from getting wet while we're out there. So yeah, that is the gear. So this will be the food that we'll be taking in. A little bit of canned gear still involved in this, but obviously jet oil. We got this from Bushbuck as well. I will be taking a smaller can of this. I won't be taking this bigger can, it's just that this is all I've got at the moment. But I personally like these types. They tend to handle the cold a little bit better. So I'll be taking in one of these, but probably about a quarter of the size. Also for having the meals on, if we have any solids, I'll probably be taking in this wee set here of a wee mug. They fold down nice and easy to put away in the bag. So there's a wee plate, or you can turn it into a bowl if you're going to have breakfast in it as well. It's either that, or we'll be putting it into a pack, eating it out of the pack. This is Real Meals or Firepot. This is pretty much the brand that we tend to like, or Radix. That we'll probably be taking. We are going to try out dehydrating our own and seeing how that goes, just because of the preservatives in it, and 10 days of it might be a wee bit hard on the gut. So we are potentially going to change to to making our own with our dehydrator once we get it. We haven't quite got there yet, but we will before we go. We're going to be taking in some electrolytes, either a bag. This is just a powdered version in a bag, or you can get these. You can get these individual ones that you can pull off and put in. This will fill up a 1.5 easy. So we'll be taking one or the other anyway. We also might bring some tea bags or coffee. So we'll just put them in little containers like this just to store them well. When we get back to the campsite, it's a good thing to bring some miso soup, or just some other soup in general that have a wee bit more salt in them, just to rehydrate you. So we'll be taking in a couple of packs of these each. Obviously I don't have everything down here that I'll be taking in, just a few things to show you. So we do have 10 days worth of stuff to bring. I'll also be bringing in some mashed potato, maybe some couscous. I haven't got that on the bench at the moment, but that is potentially on the cards as well. Just something light but still filling. So we'll be taking that as well. Some peas, and also probably a bunch of chocolate. Knowing me, I probably will have a little bit more weight just because of this. So I like my sweets. And then I'll be taking in this in my bag in the back. It has a wee slot for it, so I can hang it on this wee clip here, just for water purposes. I'll probably change that between my main bag and my day bag, so I'll be taking in that, and also a spork, so you can have your tea and your breakfast with this, with being a fork and a spoon, which is quite handy. Especially this long, you can put it into the bag to the bottom, so fits perfect. That'll be what I'll be taking. Other than that, it'll probably be, we'll probably put some solids in the boat when we go down. For when we head out, we'll probably put a chiller in there, just so we have something nice to eat when we get back to the hut down the bottom of the Glasnock. So yeah, so this is just the extras that I'll be bringing in. Just to start off with, a first aid kit. It's going to have pretty much general things in it, like band-aids or something to tourniquet with. So there's also a lighter as well, and some gloves. But yeah, that'll be just more so if anyone is to get injured. Hopefully not, touch wood. So we'll be taking that in. I'll be bringing in a survival blanket. I've got a couple, but yeah, I'll be bringing in 2 anyway, because we're going to be sharing packs between me and my partner. So good to have a couple. And yeah, so another thing we'll be taking in is a towel. This one here is kind of microfiber, it packs down well, but yeah, just in case we decide to have a rinse because we stink, I'd say we'll be using this quite a few times, and at least then it won't get super wet while we're out there. It'll dry out fast, and that's pretty much why I'll be taking this. More so as well, the fact that it's still a large blanket, but large towel, but it packs down quite tight, so I can fit it in the pack easy enough. We'll also bring in some wipes as well, just to get the armpits and all the fun areas, just to keep them, yeah, keep them from being stinky. So yeah, we'll be doing that. We have this cool wee bug bucket. It folds up, so you can pull it out. It all goes. It's all as one. So by the time you pull it out, you have that. You have a bucket hat, and then it also covers you from the mozzies. So that'll be quite cool. You get it from, where did we get that from?
Outdoor bivouac.
Yeah, outdoor bivouac. So yeah, that'll be handy for all those pesky little sandflies that we're going to be encountering. So yeah, we'll bring that. I do have this here, it's a flex tail. I keep getting ads for it, so I brought one. It has a pump to blow up the ear mats, or you can also use it as a light and hang it in your tent. So that'll come in quite handy. It's quite bright. It lasts quite a long time. I actually blew up a double ear mattress, a single one, my what was it?
Cumulus.
Cumulus. Yeah, sorry, a Cumulus sleeping mat. I blew up that and my dad's one as well. So it does last quite a long time. I also used it as a light while I was out there camping. So they actually are quite good, I can admit. I'll be bringing in a little small toothpaste and toothbrush, obviously. Obviously you need to keep those pearly whites pearly white. So we'll be taking in that. You can get these from your dentist if you're going there to get your teeth checked. So I always ask for a few whenever I leave. They come in handy while you're out hunting, especially for a few days. And in our case 10 days. So the partner will be taking in a book. You won't catch me reading, so she will be the one with the books. I'll come with the games, Uno and just a normal regular card game, in case we get reined in and can't do anything for the day. So that'll keep us mentally sane while we're out there. So yeah, other than that, I think that is all. And oh yeah, forgot about this. It'll be a potential just throw over at the camp, so you don't have to wear your jacket. Keep that dry for the days you're actually out in it. This is just a throw over, just so if you need to go out to the toilet or whatever like that, you can just throw this over you, and it's like a poncho type thing. So it weighs nothing, and yeah. Just once again, it packs down really light, so I'll probably bring that in as well, and I'll show you what it all looks like in the bag.